Welcome to r/Entitled People, with a little dash of entitled parents, of course. In today's stories, privileged teacher tells me her social life is more important than my dad's incurable cancer. Entitled B thinks she can get away with insulting an employee. Turns out she's very wrong about that. And entitled cousin tells my mum to shut the F up at my grandma's 90th birthday party. Hoo-wee! What is up, guys, and I do hope you're well. If you do enjoy Reddit stories, please consider hitting that like, that subscribe button, and maybe, just maybe, even that notification bell. And with that being said, let's get straight into today's stories. Our first story is from Avocado Pip. Privileged teacher tells me her social life is more important than my dad's incurable cancer. Okay, so this happened earlier today, and I just keep replaying it over and over with all the things I wish I said to this entitled ass. Context: I decided to go back to uni to further my skills as a teacher. A big focus of the course is collaborative learning, and so in my group we have to do a presentation and activities for other students. This doesn't happen until next week. This one girl in my group has been slowly ostracising herself with her attitude towards others, and only one person now spends time with her on the course. Think pseudo-liberal bitch, PLB for short, who actually has an incredibly expensive and private school education and knows literally nothing about the disfranchised and struggling people of society, even though she claims she does. She's a hashtag down with the sweatshops while clinging to her designer handbag type. Anyway, we agreed to meet today to discuss what we are doing. I didn't get the chance to do core reading to prep for it, for reasons which will soon become clear. PLB said, "I just think it's shocking that some people here did not prepare for this. I want this done by Tuesday at 9 PM, no exceptions. Laziness will not be tolerated." I said, "I think it's judgmental of you to assume that I didn't do the reading because of laziness." She replied, "There are no excuses, you clearly aren't invested." To which I say, not that I need to justify myself to you, but for your information, I have a lot of family responsibilities. My dad, who I care for mostly, as my mum is trying to keep a roof over their head, has incurable cancer. His immune system got pretty fucked during treatment, and so when he catches a cold, he's very, very sick. I had to take him to our out-of-hours doctor to see if it's bad enough for him to be hospitalised. Thankfully he's sent, but he still needed plenty of care. Doctors gave him 3 to 5 years to live. We're now at year 3. He was my priority all weekend, and that's why I couldn't prepare for this. I thought that would be fine, as we still have over a week to sort this. PLB said, "Well, it's not like he's actually dying right now, so you still should have gotten this done. I have a social life I don't want to lose because of someone not pulling their weight, especially weight as heavy as yours." She said this looking me up and down. I just got up and left. I sent a message telling the group I would still work on the presentation and not let them down, but I just needed some time to cool off. Oh, and how I wish I said something to destroy her or murder her by words, but honestly, I was just too upset and flabbergasted that someone, a teacher, could be so unkind. Oh my word. How awful is that person? What a horrible, horrible person. I don't understand how someone like that could go home in the evening and think that they have done good in the world, that they've been a good person. I know it's going to sound a bit harsher than it should, but actually someone living with themselves after saying something like that to someone. God, that's triggered me big time. Much love to you, Avocado Pip. Having recently gone through something similar, it happened way quicker, thankfully, on my end, but it's so tough, so my thoughts are with you. Much love. My next story is from Downvote If You See My Name. Entitled B thinks she can get away with assaulting an employee. Turns out she's very wrong about that. I'm one of the shift managers at a well-known and well-loved fast food establishment. We are famed for having some of the hardest working and most respectful employees in the industry. As a manager on duty, I make sure my employees know I have their back. That brings us to today. Our cast is as follows: me, effing hate that guy; NG, new guy, pretty cool dude who occasionally messes up, as we tend to expect from new hires; AE, awesome employee, I usually leave them in charge when we're working together because they know their stuff; EB, entitled B; EK, entitled kid. So today had been rather uneventful. The occasional spill here or there, someone got the wrong thing on their order, etc, etc. Most customers love us and understand when we mess up. We always make sure to make it right, no matter if it costs us a few bucks or 50. QEB. Now, I was in the manager's office looking over some catering orders due for that day. For some reason, it seemed the entire city of LA decided that it was a fantastic day to order all the food in the house. No matter, it's good money. I was in the middle of trying to call someone in to give back a house some relief from all the massive orders they now had to make. AE comes in and tells me that someone's at the front counter and wants to talk to me. I hang up the call, the person hadn't answered yet, and head to the front. There I meet EB and her monster child who won't stop screaming. EB said, "Your employee is trying to scam us. I ordered a large ice cream cone and he gave us a small." NG looks petrified and isn't saying anything. Not wanting this interaction to continue, I say, "I'm sure it was an honest mistake. We'll fix that for you right away." NG immediately nods his head and heads to the ice cream machine. EB scoffs. "An honest mistake, huh? Your honest mistake made my child cry. I demand you make the ice cream free." "Mum, I can either give you a refund or remake the ice cream. Your choice." "What? How dare you? You really expect me to pay for it after your employee made a mistake?" "With all due respect, it seems you already ate the other cone. Besides, at this point, there isn't any proof that a mistake was made in the first place. We'll replace your ice cream or issue the refund." NG is walking back with a cone at this point. EB's previously enraged demeanour quickly changed to an almost creepy sweetness. "Okay, I'll take the cone. Thank you so much." I sense something is off here, so I linger in the area. My spidey senses were on. NG presented EB with a cone. As soon as he turned his back, I saw EB ready herself to throw the cone right at NG. Luckily, my reflexes were fast enough to slap the cone right out of midair, into one of our soda machines. I internally cringed, knowing we'd have to do an extensive clean on that later. Not wasting time, I immediately turned to EB. "Leave this restaurant right now. But now! If you ever come back here, you'll be turned away without question." EB gathers up her child, who is now screaming even louder. "Your food sucks anyway. I hope you go under." I decided escalating the situation would be pointless, so I just keep an eye on her until I can see her car driving down the street. I capture an image from security footage to put in our do not serve list. NG was shaken up but insisted that he was fine working. I gave him 30 minutes paid break so he could calm his nerves. This all occurred 2 hours ago. At this point, my blood is still boiling. Edit, as you guessed it, the establishment is indeed Chick-fil-A, certainly not McDonald's. Our ice cream machine actually works. Thanks for the outpouring of support. I'm actually fairly new to the manager position, so to hear that I handled it well is really encouraging. Did I pronounce that restaurant right? Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A? I'm sorry if I got it wrong. But wow, you sound like an awesome manager. And I've had managers like that in the past, but eventually they get broke down by corporate and have to follow rules. They're not allowed to go and help other staff and all that, so please do your best not to become one of those managers. But fair play to you, smacking that in midair. You are some sort of Spider-Man, I think. What do you guys think of that story? Have you ever had a useless manager or a manager that's as awesome as this one? Our final story is from, oh my goodness. Entitled cousin tells my mum to shut the F up at my grandma's 90th birthday party. Cast, EC entitled cousin. Mum, my mum. OP me, BF my brother's fiance. Just a little backstory so you all can understand the entitlement. My grandma has 3 kids including my dad. My grandma then left my dad and aunts behind and had another kid, my half uncle, with a different guy. I didn't really consider her to be my grandma until a few years ago, due to the fact that my side of the family has always grown closer to her. My half uncle's side of this family is extremely entitled and treat my side of the family like garbage, thus creating a huge division. But my side of the family and I decided that we'd put up with them for a couple of hours for grandma. Now here's the story. My grandma wanted pictures with all of her grandkids, about 10 of us including me. As said in the title, my grandma is 90 years old. She can't stand up very long and has to sit down every 5 to 10 minutes. So we're all standing with grandma, waiting on one grandkid, EC. I see EC storm up to the rest of us and say things like, "Just get the effing picture." The person taking the pictures is my other cousin, who is studying photography in college. My cousin tells EC that she's in the back, she's not being seen in the picture, and needed to move up to the front. EC said something like, "I don't care, just take the effing picture," and proceeds to stand on her tiptoes to be seen. After only 5 seconds taking pictures, EC storms off, spitting lots of vulgarities. Mind you that there are many children at this party. After I got done taking pictures and actually being a decent grandchild instead of embarrassing my grandma in front of her family, BF tells me that my mum is outside and she's pissed. I stormed outside and asked her what happened. This is my mum's words of the dialogue. My mum said, "EC, grandma wants a picture with all of the grandkids and they're waiting on you. Can't you see I'm busy?" She was literally watching a football game. "Be an adult, EC, you need to go up there." EC is literally in her mid-30s with 2 to 3 kids. Whoa, stop there a second. I thought she was like a teenager reading this at first. I thought she's got to be like 15 or 16 and wow, 30. Anyway, I'll shut up now. EC says, "Shut the F up, I don't need to answer to you and I don't care about grandma's stupid effing pictures." My mum walked away from any more confrontation. After this argument is when I saw EC being a brat about the pictures. Now listen, I already don't necessarily like that side of the family and I am my mother's protector. I am livid. I'm screaming vulgarities outside and storm back inside and I looked EC up and down with the dirtiest glare I'd ever given somebody. My side of the family and I decided I needed to calm down and ignore her for the rest of the night, which I did. but I saw her walking out at the same time as me. I said, "Hey, EC." EC turned around and looked at me. "F you," I said and gave her the finger. "Tell my mum to shut the F up again, and I'll make you shut the F up permanently." EC was very shocked, because I'm not one to really tell somebody off. I'm a very quiet person around my family. If EC ever sees this, be very thankful I didn't hear what you said to my mum right when it happened. Oh, and F you. F you, EC. Why would you deny your 90-year-old grandma a picture? And as I said, I thought that was a teenager. I could sort of understand. At first I was sort of understanding. I thought, oh, maybe it's a teenager, and you know what teenagers can be like. It's hard times for them, so they get attitudes and things, and they're learning about themselves and stuff. But this person's 30 years old. 30 years old with an attitude like that. I'm sure you're going to get far in life with that attitude. Jeez, what do you guys make of this story? Have you got yourselves an entitled cousin like this? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway guys, as always, a massive thank you for being here. Without you, I wouldn't be here, so yeah, I'm not going to go on like I usually do. I'm going to try not to anyway. Much love, take care, goodbye.